Hi, I'm Wendy Tush with my special guest, Manchego, and this is Flix on VH1.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams.
Well, someone once said it's hard to come between a man and his horse, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But horses are featured prominently in 2 of our 3 films this week, so we came to Central Park with my pal Manchego to get us in the right frame of mind. Now, I know it would be much more effective if I were actually riding the horse, and that could happen sometime during this show. I'm just waiting for him to fall asleep or shrink or something. Fortunately, Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, and Bruno Kirby were a little gutsier when they were shooting their new film, City Slickers. If you've seen the trailer, you know it's a comedy, but City Slickers also gives a pretty good yank on your heartstrings. It's about horses, cows, and midlife crises in humans.
You ever reach a point in your life where you say to yourself, this is the best I'm ever gonna look, the best I'm ever gonna feel, the best I'm ever gonna do, and it ain't that great?
Happy birthday.
We all hit a certain age or a point when you question, boy, time's gone by so fast.
Go away with Ed. Take Phil. I am giving you these 2 weeks. It's my present. Go and find your smile.
Keep moving, moving, moving. Oh, they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving right.
Ready, go.
You look at this film and you have the overwhelming feeling that this was an extraordinarily fun film to make. Was it?
The physical stuff really appealed to me.
Move 'em on, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, move 'em on, move 'em on, hit 'em up, rawhide. Let 'em out, ride 'em in, let 'em in, let 'em out, cut 'em out, ride 'em in, rawhide.
And then I'd have to work with Billy Crystal, which was a downside. But besides that, the whole thing seemed like a dream project.
Hey, look, a stray. You take him, Mitch.
No, it's the first one. You get it, man.
No, it's the first one. Well, let Phil have it.
No, I'll get the next one. Look, you get this one, I'll get the next one. You sure? I mean, there's going to be plenty.
No, yeah, you get this one, I'll get the next one, then Ed, you will go...
Like a round robin kind of thing. That's good, yeah. All right, so who gets this?
You.
Oh, all right, good.
Billy had this incredible racehorse kind of thing.
All right!
All right, Richie! I did it! All right. Uh-oh. Hey, moonwalk. Hey, there.
I'd like to thank everybody and God for helping me cut my stray in.
Now, what you didn't do for yourself was take riding lessons before the film.
Billy and Bruno had riding lessons. I decided I'd be a true city slicker and not take any riding lessons, which has really paid off in the amount of injuries I've suffered.
Look, I'm from New York. I don't know about trees and cows.
Reach in, pull out the cow.
You know, this was not in the brochure.
Need help.
Look what I did. I made a cow. It's unbelievable.
Were you ever frightened?
Yeah, many times. Many times, especially in the river, because it was very cold.
Whoa!
It was like 50 degrees, and I had a 90-pound animal under my arms that I had to worry about and protect. He shredded not only my leather chaps, but my jeans and my wetsuit with fear. I knew it was a good take because I was frightened to death.
Billy's on a quest in a way. Jack Palance sets it up.
You know what the secret of life is?
No, what?
This. Your finger? One thing. Just one thing.
That's great, but what's the one thing?
That's what you gotta figure out.
When he says one thing, nothing else mattered, only one thing, and then the kids yell, "Daddy," you know, you bring in your herd. That's what it is.
Well, this is really your baby.
Yeah, it is. It's my Norman. Everyone, this is Norman.
You know, I don't think it occurred to anyone in that family that when Norman grows up, he's going to take up a little more space. I mean, imagine this guy curled up at the foot of your bed. Sorry. Well, there's no livestock in Spike Lee's new movie. Jungle Fever is the film that some say just missed winning a Best Picture award at Cannes this year. Like all of Lee's films, Jungle Fever is a distinctly urban story, this time dealing with the consequences of an interracial love affair.
Why are we out here tonight, Flip?
All right, you gotta promise me that you're not gonna tell anybody.
My lips are sealed. Come on, what happened?
Flipper is a very successful African-American male. He's an architect at an all-white firm. Lives on Harlem's historic Strivers Row, has a beautiful brownstone, beautiful wife who's a buyer, Bloomingdale's lovely child.
I cheated on Drew for the first time.
You did that? When did this happen?
The other day.
One day, he has an affair with his temporary secretary, who's a Italian-American woman from Bensonhurst.
Thought you were gonna drop a bomb.
Well, she's white.
White? Man, you crazy.
She's Italian.
H-bomb.
I'm seeing somebody.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You two-timer?
Who are you seeing?
Oh.
Somebody from work.
Who is he? Like blonde, blue-eyed surfer type?
Hey, dude.
Right? Who is that?
It's black.
If your father ever found out, I don't know.
It's another exploration of race, of the state of race relations here in this country.
Excuse me. Do you have a problem?
Yes, I do have a problem, to be honest with you. Fake, tired brothers like you coming in here, that's so typical. I can't even believe you brought her stringy hair ass up here to eat.
Oh, let me tell you something. First of all, Miss Al
Why
Sharpton,
don't
you
you
don't have,
parade
it's
your-
not your
Why
business
don't you parade
who
your
I
white
bring in
women
here.
around somewhere else,
It's
okay?
not your business. You are a waitress. Your job is to wait.
For me, it was an interesting journey that the character went on.
And for me, this film is not really condemning interracial marriages. I feel if two people love each other, that's fine. I think that you can say that a lot of interracial unions are not necessarily based on love, but based on a lot of other things.
Baby, I know you're obsessed.
Well, I guess I just wasn't light enough for you, was I, Flipper? You had to eventually go get yourself a white girl, didn't you?
What do you mean eventually?
What I mean is you got a complex about color. You've always had it. I never wanted to believe it until now. Only girls you've ever dated has been light-skinned girls.
Those are some of the myths we try to explore and deflate in this film. Number one, the myth that the white female is epitome of beauty.
I poured my heart out. I told you how they call me high yellow, yellow bitch, white honky, honky white nigga, nigga white, octoroon, quadroon, half-breed, mongrel. And what do? Do you love this girl? Oh!
And also that the black male is a sexual superhuman stud.
Has Flipper told you about his loving wife and daughter?
Yes, yes.
Excuse me.
You think I don't understand about the white woman committing black adultery, but I do.
Now, Daddy, no sermons, please.
It was a huge step in her life. Will never be the same.
Each other's throats. Your head ain't no joke. At each other's throats.
That Jungle Fever soundtrack is by Stevie Wonder, and even by itself, it's really extraordinary. When we come back, we'll see what happened when Kevin Costner, king of Hollywood, stepped into an old British legend and created a Prince of Thieves. More horses. Stay with us.
I'm Robin of Locksley. My men are thirsty.
Aye, that's right. Robin Hood! Yeah. Lord bless me! I mistook you for common thieves!
I do not wish to be seen with an outlaw.
You prefer the company of Nottingham.
There's a price on your head.
How much?
100 gold pieces.
Is that all?
Welcome back to Flix on VH1 in Central Park. Summer just wouldn't be summer without a grand-scale production about some legendary good-hearted hero. And when Superman, Batman, and Dick Tracy had been recreated, could Robin Hood be far behind? As a matter of fact, this seemed like such a great idea that at one point there were 3 different Robin Hood movies in the works. The one that actually made it to the big screen this summer is, of course, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, with Kevin Costner in the title role. Now, Costner didn't want his Robin to be like all the others, so the filmmakers enhanced the legend a little bit to make Robin Hood more complex. In this version, Robin has been off fighting in the Crusades, and when the film opens, we learn that our hero is a prisoner of war. Pay attention.
He's no longer a rascal who's just grown up in Sherwood Forest killing the king's deer. And now he suddenly has to grow up and right all the wrongs. He comes back to England and his life is turned upside down.
The problem is, while Robin was off fighting the Crusades, the evil sheriff of Nottingham has killed his father, taken over his property, destroyed his land, ruined his good name, and everybody's good time.
That's it then. Cancel the kitchen scraps for lepers and orphans. No more merciful beheadings. And call off Christmas.
It was nice swishing about in all those clothes and kicking those doors down, and it's fun to be naughty.
Locksley! We're gonna cut your heart out with a spoon!
Then it begins.
What's about to begin is a mini crusade against the evil sheriff. Robin, no matter how heroic, can't do it alone, so he gallops off to Sherwood Forest to gather some merry men. But in this case, the men aren't so merry, and who could blame them?
Our men are to be hung in the square at high noon tomorrow.
And what about my boy?
The boy, too. 10 men in all.
He's not well liked, he's mistrusted, and he is not one of them.
I've never trusted you, that's no secret. What I want to know is, are you going to finish what you've started? I want to know if he's going to turn and run like the spoiled little rich boy I always took him for.
Never really paid too much attention to Will Scarlet in any of the other films.
So as we see him, who is this guy?
This Will Scarlet, there's definitely some secrets that need to be revealed by him.
The hangings are part of the celebration for the sheriff's marriage.
Marriage? To Lady Marion.
Uh-oh, isn't she Robin's girl?
They know of each other, but know nothing current, you know. They haven't seen each other in quite some time.
But when they do see each other, it's practically love at first sight.
Robin, do something for me.
What?
Take a bath.
Take a bath.
She's quite taken with him. There used to be a scene. We never did shoot it because we didn't have time, but she actually went to confession and said, you know, I've been thinking about this person lately, and I just can't get him out of my mind.
But why tell a priest when you can tell the man himself?
Will you do it for your king?
No. I'll do it for you.
I'm all in favor of anything that says rip off the rich or grab it back from those thieves that are still amongst us. And I hope that's part of the enduring legend, but I'm sure it's to do with good and evil and happily ever after.
And in this Robin Hood, that's what happens.
I'm Robin Hood! Freedom!
Of course, Robin and company managed to wage a victorious battle against the sheriff with little going for them besides courage, plus Robin's legendary marksmanship. And while making this film, the actors were also fighting the odds. What was the toughest thing about making this movie?
The stunts, you know, are tough in Robin Hood. They're high. I don't like working really high.
I'm in my 50s, you know, and all this jumping out of trees and fighting and running up and down hill and dale makes me feel all these 80 years now. See, if they had let me do these things when I was in my 30s and 40s, I would have been like Kevin.
What was the toughest thing you had to do?
I guess not losing my mind.
Working in the water, it was really cold, you know, and you try being wet for 8 hours a day in an ice-cold river.
We're not through yet. All right, my old cocker. You want another good walloping?
Those other poor swines, they had it day after day after day. But, you know, really the bulk of my work was inside, in the warm.
What's the thing you're going to remember most about making this film?
It was great to work with Kevin because, you know, like at the beginning of the film, he became God in American movie history. So I worked with God and found that he was human.
That stuff just, that's not all the glamour. I mean, where's the limo, you know? It's no fun.
Gee, it's not easy being a superhero these days, poor thing. Though I shouldn't talk, at least he's not afraid to get on a horse. When we come back, what's new on home video, including 2 Academy Award nominees and 1 popular hit. Stay with us.
Hi.
Hi.
You're together?
Sort of.
Congratulations. Here's your graduation present.
Listen, what for? I got pinched.
Everybody gets pinched, but you did it right. You told them nothing, and they got nothing.
I thought you'd be mad.
Man, I'm not mad. I'm proud of you.
Hey, we're on. Welcome back to Flix in Central Park. I'm Wendy Tush, and that was a clip from Goodfellas, which is new on home video this month. It's a film many critics thought was the best of 1990, even though the Oscar went to Dances with Wolves. Goodfellas did earn a Best Director award for Martin Scorsese, who did a brilliant job of bringing the life of a wise guy to the big screen. It's a life where loyalty is everything, and your family is everybody's business.
This is what it is, okay? You know what it is. You have to do the right thing. You have to go home to the family, you understand? You gotta go home, okay? Look at me. You gotta go home. Smarten up. All right?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna talk to Kara. I'll straighten this thing out. I know just what to say to her. Okay? I'm gonna tell her you're gonna go back to her, and everything's gonna be just the way it was when you were first married. You're gonna romance. It's gonna be beautiful.
The romance is much sweeter in the surprise hit Green Card, which also hits the video stores this month. Director Peter Weir wrote this film specifically for Gerard Depardieu after hearing some amazing stories about the lengths people go to just for the privilege of working in the United States.
You don't like me, do you?
We don't have to like each other. We just have to be married.
He needs a green card. She needs an apartment.
Hello?
Mrs. Foray,
Yes?
I'm with the investigations department of the INS.
And they end up having to spend some time together.
and it's how they discover each other.
We are on honeymoon and we have to smile, of course.
But there's a lot of obstacles that they have to overcome.
You hereby swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
I do.
She has peace. I don't have peace.
He has passion. He eats life.
Not many people got a chance to see Metropolitan, a small film by first-time director Whit Stillman, on the big screen. But Metropolitan did get a Best Screenplay nomination, and it's worth checking out on video. Metropolitan is a fascinating look at high society in New York, where debutantes worry about which escorts and outfits they'll need to discuss some more complex issues.
There's something about winter in the city at night with everyone dressed up that reminds me of War and Peace.
Really?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. No, I haven't read it. Metropolitan is about a young guy who comes home from college, and he gets drafted into a group of New York socialites who need an extra male escort.
You know, I don't see how you can stand him. You're always complaining about people being frauds and phonies. Well, this guy is the phony of the decade.
The character I play, Charlie, starts off, I think, sort of as the negative influence to Tom, the new guy coming in. All this is pretty deceptive.
All what?
Well, I think that we are all, in a sense, doomed.
And so it really follows this group of essentially 8 young characters and tries in an accurate way to portray a vanishing species.
I call.
You had no cards. Why'd you call?
I felt like it.
Playing strip poker with an exhibitionist somehow takes the challenge away.
And if you don't want to take our word on what to rent, here's acting veteran James Coburn, who's currently starring in Hudson Hawk. Okay, so he made one mistake. He's still worth listening to.
I liked Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Sam Peckinpah's cut was probably as good a work as I've done.
Hey, look at that. Look at them turkeys. Hey, hold them critters, Silver. Come on, kid, let's get them.
Yes, that was Bob Dylan, and I figured if Dylan could get his butt on a horse, so could I. At least you guys didn't have to see what it took to get me up here. Anyway, Dylan did the score for Pat Garrett, and in 1973, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid made Knockin' on Heaven's Door a hit. That's it for this edition of Flix, and barring any unforeseen horse tragedies, we'll see you next week.